In this video, we're going to take a look at one of the auto selection tools in Photoshop called the Magic Wand. To help us practice, I've got two files open in Photoshop. I have tree.jpg, and then I have our collage template.psd. So my goal here is to select and copy this tree away from its background and paste it into my collage. Now, obviously, this is a very complex shape, so to go in with one of the manual selection tools, like maybe the lasso tool, would just be way too much work for me. So I think we can do a pretty good job here of letting the Magic Wand take care of a lot of that tedious work for us. So let's bring up the Magic Wand tool, and it's under the Auto Select submenu. So I'll just click and hold on the Object Selection tool, and down at the bottom grab this Magic Wand tool. So the Magic Wand lets us make selections of colors by searching all through the pixels in a file and selecting them for us. So I'll just leave this on all the default settings in the status bar for now, but let's go ahead and click on a blue area of our image. And I can see Magic Wand has gone ahead and selected all of that blue. And by searching through all the pixels in the file, it has basically automatically drawn this border where the pixels stop being blue. Now, I'd like to get that selection going all through all of these blues, and we can do that pretty easily by toggling one of the settings. So let's go up to the Select menu and click on Deselect. I could also hit Command D on the keyboard in Mac or Control D in Windows. So let's look at this checkbox here called Contiguous. So right now, this is checked. And right now this is telling Photoshop to only look for pixels that are adjacent to where I originally clicked. If we uncheck this, we'll search through the entire pixel grid of the image. So if I go ahead and click again on the blue, you can see I'm selecting all those areas of blue. Let's click up in the Edit menu and select Copy. Then click on our Collage Template tab to switch over to that file. And click Edit Paste. Now, even though that's kind of a cool looking pattern, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to copy and paste the tree into our collage. So I'll hit Command Z on the keyboard in Mac or Control Z in Windows to undo. And let's go back to our selection here. And basically, I want to select everything that isn't selected right now. And luckily, I can do that pretty easily. I'll go up to the Select menu in the menu bar and click on Inverse. So that is going to basically flip my selection. And now I can see that just the tree pixels are selected and the blue is no longer selected. So let's go up to Edit in the menu bar and click Copy. Click back on our Collage Template tab and click Edit Paste. So I can see for a fairly minimal amount of work, that's looking pretty good. I do want to zoom in here and just take a look at my selection edge. Your edges are really the place where you need to be the most careful when you're selecting. And I can see I'm still getting a little bit of blue that was included with my tree. And so this is something that will show up, especially if I overlay this over something light like the white background. That is actually enough to throw off parts of my image. So I do want to be careful about the way I'm selecting. So let's go ahead up to Edit and click Undo. Click back into our tree image. Let's clear the selection by clicking Select, Deselect. And let's take a look at this tolerance setting. So when we click with the Magic Wand, Photoshop is searching for pixels that are close to the color that we clicked on top of within a given tolerance. So the higher the tolerance, the looser Photoshop will be in terms of selecting colors. So I'd like to give this a higher tolerance so that I could get the blue that's right about here, as well as the darker blue that's along the borders of that tree. And really you just have to guess and test what the tolerance should be. There's not really a scientific way to do this. So I think from trying out earlier before I recorded, 70 is going to be a pretty good tolerance. So I just click and type that in. So let's go ahead and click again. So up to our menu bar, and let's make sure that we select Inverse. So we're selecting our tree. Then we'll click Edit, Copy. Back to the Collage tab and click Edit, Paste. And let's zoom in again. And I can see that actually is much better. I know this seems very subtle, but this is the kind of attention to detail that can make a big difference when you're an artist, when you're a designer. Doing this kind of digital work, you really do need to pay attention. So don't be sloppy. Okay, let's go back to our tree, click Select, Deselect from the menu bar, and that's a nice quick overview of using the Magic Wand tool in Photoshop.